Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I wanted to talk about November and my practice, or almost non-existent practice, in November. However, I did get a bunch of new decks and some books and some shows that I'm watching or watched. November was kind of like not a great month for me because of sickness and stuff. The first part of the month, my son was sick, and then my husband got sick, and I was like fevering for about 24 hours and fought it off. And then about a week later, my son got sick again, and then my husband got a little bit sick again, and I caught it the second time, probably because my immunity came to fight it off the first time. And it's just like everybody's been friggin' sick. So I was sick probably for about 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of November, and really didn't get too much accomplished. So I want to show you what I did get accomplished and show you all the new decks and stuff and talk about the books and stuff. Oh. So let's try this again. Where is it? Oops. Nope. Might help if I actually put it on. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to get this out of the way in the beginning. So this is what I was feeling really dark, right? And I had come from my October really witchy. So I'm like weaning myself off of like the dark stuff in November. And with getting sick also, it just felt really like potions and natural remedies and stuff like that. So I did still dream stuff, but I didn't even have a whole lot of dreams. So I took previous dreams and I did some geomancy also, some previous dreams. And then I went into some ancestry work with the new deck, and also the Christmas deck. And so now this is December's. That was it. I really didn't do a whole lot as far as, tarot and practice, part of my practice, just because of being under the weather. And my regular November journal looks the same way. With the apothecary stuff, I was just feeling it. So maybe I knew I was going to get sick. 'Tis the season, right? So I do want to talk about, I read or listened to A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Oh my goodness, it was so friggin' good. Because let me tell you, and that one I actually listened to in November, but I forgot to mention any of the stuff in November. I'm sorry, in October. And so I listened to that one, and I listened to the next book in that series was A Court of Mist and Fury. And I thought they were both really excellent. And then in November, I listened to A Court of Wings and Ruin. Now, the first book, The Court of Thorns and Roses, that was probably about, 11 or 12 hours to listen to. And then I ended up with The Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second book in the series. And because I like listening to them, the audible versions, because I do that while I'm doing other things. And like dishes and laundry and all the mundane stuff, it just kind of makes it worth it. And then when I go, to bed at night, it's hard for me to just relax because I have to have noise and stuff. So that's when I put it on I want to get away from electrical devices and stuff like iPads and computers and TVs and stuff like that. So I listen to books and stuff. And so the second one I did I didn't even realize it. It was a theatrical one, and I only had bought the first half. So I had to turn around and use another credit in order to buy the second half of the book. And I don't prefer those. I prefer just the straight reading of the book, as long as the person that's narrating the book is really good. And they are for this series. Very, very good. And then, so the second two books together was roughly maybe 11 hours altogether, maybe 12 hours tops between the two. But A Court of Wings and Ruin, the third book, it was like 26 hours long. It was massively long. And with being sick, I kept on falling asleep while I was listening to it. And then I would have to go back like a chapter or two because it'll check on you. It'll like stop. If you don't like respond after a while, it'll like stop. So I am currently reading or listening to A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is the fourth book. And I'm only about an hour in. But it's actually like a novella, so it's a short one. But after I'm done with that, I've already purchased them. I'm going into the final one in the series, which is A Court of Silver Flames. And that is another like 26 hour book. I love the storyline. I'm like addicted to the storyline. It's so good. It's like high fae world. It's a love story, and well, in the beginning, it's like a couple of different love interests. Okay, let's put it that way. But if you've read the books, you know. If you haven't yet, it's so good. Oh my gosh. It's like a whole storyline of when, like, thousands of years ago, when the Fae and the Fae were like the rulers of the humans. Humans were like slaves to them. There was a big, huge battle, and then they ended up coming to like a peace treaty after these battles, and they put up a wall between Pythian, Pythian, which is like the Fae world, and then the human world. So there was like an invisible shield, like fence, that ran along the whole like continent or whatever, that separated them. And then these particular kingdoms, Fae kingdoms, there was like a night court and day court, autumn court, like winter, and there's just a lot of them. And they have cool characters like the Morrigan. She's a warrior in this, and Feyre is like the main character who well, I don't want to give it away, but her and her sisters, Elaine and Nesta, I can't remember. I know that another set of the books is about I think it's Nesta and Cassian. Cassian is another one of an Illyrian Fae, like winged. And there's Tamlin and Rhysand or Rhys, she calls him Rhys. And Asriel, which is another winged like Fae, Illyrian Fae. And there's other like older like elemental beings in this, and oh my god, it is just all encompassing and just pulls you right in. It's fabulous. So another one that I did listen to about halfway through, it's a shorter book to begin with. It was only like, I think, a 6 or 7 hour book, and it's called Magical Tarot by I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Magical Astrology by Sky Alexander. And I listened to about half of it, and then I decided to DNF it because it's all pretty much basic information that I already know. At least what I had gotten up to. And because it was Western astrology, not factual, that irritated me a little bit, so I didn't finish it. So I did decide to DNF it. But if you are somebody that follows, Western astrology, and you've never incorporated any kind of like magical astrology, astrology into your magic, it's a good book. But I've already done a lot of that stuff. I already knew how to do a lot of that stuff. But I use it based on what's really in the sky, not off of like a system. So I did end up DNFing that. After like 3 hours or so, I got about halfway through and just said, nah, this is meaningless for me. Another book that I'm almost done in is Magical Tarot. This was sent to me by Wiser Books, Red Wheel Division. This is Magical Tarot, and it's by Madame Pamita. I've got like 15 pages to go. And I was running behind in this also. I was supposed to read this one and this one for review in November, and I just, with being sick, I just could not keep my eyes open. I kept on falling asleep, and my eyes were just wonky, and it was just really difficult to read. That's another reason I love the Audible books. So I did get this mostly done. I think it's a fabulous book, but I'm going to be doing a review on that. So I do have to start this one very soon. Probably over the next day or two, I'm going to be starting this one and trying to just deep dive into it, just because I'm running so behind because of, the sickness taking me out for over half of the month last month. And then, so the shows that, I do have more books that I want to show you that I got. Lots of decks. Oh my gosh, so many decks. And I do have walkthroughs that most of them I've already recorded and they're uploaded. It's just a matter of releasing them. And I'm trying to get a whole bunch of stuff recorded because my husband goes on vacation in starting next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday. And he's going to be off of work for about 11 days or so. And you all know how that goes. So I'm not hardly probably going to be on. If I am on, it's going to be more like watching, not really recording and stuff like that. Because we do have certain things that we want to do in December as well. Not to mention, holidays. But so some of the shows that I really enjoyed, because I was down for the count, laying in bed, falling asleep in between. I miss an episode because I fell asleep and then have to go back and watch it again. But I really enjoyed, off of Amazon Prime, because we have Amazon Prime, there's also something called PBS and Masterpiece. So Masterpiece Theater, kind of thing. And I love Masterpiece. That's what I watched, like Downton Abbey, which I love Downton Abbey. And Poldark. I love Poldark off of there. So I did end up watching on Masterpiece, because they have a thing where you can get Masterpiece for, it was a special, for 2 months at $1.99 a month. I'm like, okay. And then after the first 2 months, then it goes to like $5.99 a month. So, like I told my husband, I said, I might be able to just like binge, because I binge watch stuff. I might be able to just binge, and then I know I'm cheap, right? We've got our priorities where we spend our money, right? And usually mine's on tarot and books, but sorry about that. So, Masterpiece, I watched a series called Sanditon. I had never heard of it before. There was like 3 seasons. I binged that so quickly, but there were like six episodes a season, right? So Sanditon, that's like a beach town towards the end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. So like early 1900s, late 1800s. That was really good. Then there is another one that I watched, and that was 2 seasons, I think. Or was it just 1 season so far? I think it's just 1 season so far, and it's called Cece, and she was an Austrian empress, based on a real live person. Elizabeth, I believe, was her real name. And she married Franz Joseph. And this was in the, like around the same time. So late 1800s, early 1900s. So that's really good. And then I watched another series on there, Marie Antoinette, which I've seen other like movies on Marie Antoinette and series actually. But this was a different one. Very good. And I think that was, so far, I don't think it's done yet. And I don't think the Cece one is done yet either. I think I watched like 2 or 3 seasons of that. Maybe 2 seasons. I can't remember. So on Disney Plus, we were watching Loki. We're still watching Loki. A little bit, this season is a little bit disappointing so far. But we've only watched 2 or 3 episodes of it. I'm just not really caring for it too much. Now on Apple TV, we're watching Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. That's like Godzilla and like other, what do they call them, Titans. So that's really good. And that's got Kurt Russell and his son with Goldie Hawn, their son. He's playing like the younger version because this starts like in the 20s, I think, 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe it was the 40s. And then, it shoots back from the past to the future. And they're playing the same character, which is super cool. Another series I'm watching is called The Buccaneers. That's on Apple. That just ended the first season. So good. It's another, like high society show based in, oh gosh, also maybe early 1900s. It's like very Victorian-esque. And they go between like New York, high society New York, when new money was coming in, they were setting up new opera houses and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of also The Gilded Age which is another one I'm watching. I forgot to add to the list, but The Gilded Age. Is that on HBO? I think it's on HBO, which I love that one too. All seems like all around the same time frame. The Buccaneers might be a little bit earlier than that. And it goes between like England and because some of the friends end up marrying people in England, men in England. So they kind of go back and forth between New York society and the UK or England. And then we watched The Morning Show with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. That was really good. And Lessons in Chemistry. That was really good. Those were all on Apple TV. Yeah, I love all of those shows. And we're really loving Monarch. That one's still going. They just release like every Friday, I think. And as far as my dream journal, I only remembered like 10 dreams in all of November. And a few of those were just like 2 dreams in a day. That's it. So not a whole lot of dream activity. I did mark down the phases of the moon, the illumination of the moon, and what day of the week it was on for all of them. So I didn't even do moon work at all this month because I was just so pretty much down for the count. So that's pretty much it for my digital journal. Now, the things that I got up to, where can I put this? The things that I got up to in November. I'm sorry, I've just got so much on my desk. I'm trying to find places to put it. I was really, really proud that I released, where are they? They're buried over here. 3 more of my decks in November. My 13 sign astrology deck, the Geomancy figures deck, and I've got a new deck coming. I ended up, somebody had requested a bridge size, so I did end up making a bridge size. And then I also expanded it beyond just, like I showed in my video, which there's a walkthrough. However, these are the backs. Not only in the updated one do I have 4 sets of the 16 characters or figures in Cartomancy, in Geomancy, but I also added another 16 characters with everything that they are on them, so that you can set those aside while you're using the system to make it easier, which I was hoping by now, because I did this like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I'm still waiting on that new deck to come to me so that I can show you. So there's going to be a update maybe in December. So I've already got so many, like 10 videos that are waiting to be released. And then I also did my expansion, the Shades of Love Oracle. So those were released in November, or shown in November. And then new books that I got. Let's see. Here's a new one that I want to read. Here's a new one I want to read. Astrology in Ancient Mesopotamia, The Science of Omens, and the Knowledge of the Heavens by Michael Bagent, co-author of Holy Blood, Holy Grail. So this is really cool. There's another one that I want to get, which is like Ancient Sumerian Astrology. It's quite expensive. It's like $30-some book. But I'm going to get that one too, eventually. And then I got this one. Somebody had suggested it on one of the videos that I watched and said that it was like, I can't remember what video it was, but that it was really good. So I ended up getting this one too. I haven't dug into it yet, but because I have some other stuff that I need to do first. But those are the new books that I got. Books that I really worked with in November were The Beloved Dead, The Mystical Dream Tarot. I continue to work with these because this is what my focus is mainly right now, is still the dream work, the past life stuff, all the ancestral work that I'm doing. That one. And this newer one that I got in November. I've been using this one. And I will tell you, somebody had asked or had made mention that they felt like they didn't, or a few people actually. Let me see if I can change this a little bit. That they didn't need this one because they already had this one. And I will say they are both fabulous. However, when I had made mention, and at the point that I had made mention in my video that this particular one was more focused on like the magic, the ancestral magic, that is indeed the case here. So this one is really great with ancestry in general. And there's just like, I mean, you guys have all seen this. I did a complete thorough walkthrough, and I've used this in a couple other videos and did a thorough review of this. And this is a phenomenal deck that I'm keeping close to me and will continue to use, because this is perfect for the kind of work that I like to do. But this one is different. Not only, and I've put it all in this box. I had it out. I put it all back in order to bring it downstairs. It's got a pendulum board, which is excellent. And I have used it a couple of times already in the readings. I got the 2 expansions, the Witches expansion pack and the Magic expansion pack. And I highly recommend, if you're going to get this kit, spend the extra money and get the extra cards, because there's 10 different cards here and 10 different cards here. So that's fabulous, right? And they're wonderful cards. But just to show you all of the readings that are in the back. Your magical superpower, message from your magical ancestors, ancestral healing, my magical ancestral path, magic in me, ancestor communication, ancestral legacy, ancestral wisdom 3 card, guidance for relationships. So it's the same ancestral wisdom, but this one is like a 5 card. And then a gratitude spread that has to do with ancestral stuff. Lineage healing. It is phenomenal. I do want to get the Southern Botanical and the Southern Gothic as well. If they are anything like this, I need to get them. They're just phenomenal. And then we've got another one here. Concept for pairing your ancestral magic cards with other decks used as clarifiers. Okay, and then an ancestral legacy. Oh, the whole thing is an ancestral legacy. And then closing thoughts. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. I haven't even gotten to the closing thoughts yet, because I'm still working through. I think I've done like 5 of these spreads so far, and a mixture with the pendulum, and they tell you when to use them separately, the acts of magic and then the spirit cards, and then when to mix them together. And also when is a great time for you to get out your pendulum board and use that for extra clarity, you know, more detail. I love this deck. It was so worth it. So worth it. So those were the decks that I used. Now to show you all of the decks that I have received. Some of these were towards the end of November because they're Christmas presents. Because we decided to do it early this year, because last year some of them came even after Christmas because of ordering them in December, right? And especially if you're getting something like something on Etsy or something that is a independent creator, it might be coming from another country, and you know how busy it gets in December. So anywho, I got this one as a Christmas present from the hubby, and I already did a walkthrough of this one. I got this one, Ocean Oracle. I've already done it, but I've got a walkthrough of this one coming soon as well. It is just a stunning, stunning, stunning deck. Oops. My husband really spoiled me this year, and I think it's because he was feeling guilty, and I'm going to be doing a video to show you what he got, because what he got for Christmas is like super friggin' cool, okay? And this is something that he's wanted since he was probably a little kid, the first time he went and seen the Star Wars movies. And so he's going to be 53 in February, and you guys have seen he loves Star Wars. We've got all of his pops and the way that our office is upstairs, right? Well, he got some lightsabers. And lightsabers are so freaking... And these are like the official lightsabers. He got Luke Skywalker. He got Darth Vader. And then because of getting those 2, he got a free one, which is not the same. It's not the same quality. It's still decent, but it's not the same quality. It's not like a replica. And then from the kids, they together got him another lightsaber, which was a Leia lightsaber. And it came in a big, long, like gorgeous plastic case, like all like snug and stuff. But these are badass. These are so freaking cool. Even when you like turn it on and turn it off, you can see like the light coming off and going like coming out and then like closing in. You'll see, because I'll end up doing when they all arrive. I'll do a walkthrough so that you guys can see them. Not a walkthrough, but I'll just show you a short video. So he was like, get what you want, get what you want. And what am I going to do? Say no? So I took him up on it. And I got some nice decks. So this one did come in the beginning of November. And this was a Kickstarter that I had backed like the beginning of the year, I believe. And I do have a walkthrough coming of this one as well. It's beautiful. I'll just show you briefly. It's the Oracle of Wanderings. It is so cool. So I did receive that. And then also from my husband, I got this one. This one. Oh, and one that isn't here yet. So I got a total of like 6 decks from my hubby for Christmas. And I already showed this one today. It was released today. Although I had done it, a walkthrough like a week and a half ago, I think. It's so gorgeous. I love it so much. So this one is the Rooted Remembrance Tarot. I got it off of Etsy. And it's by Ray Serafina Barker. So there was that one. And then I've got a walkthrough of this one coming. This was also from Etsy, an Etsy purchase. So these last 4, I actually purchased them. But my husband, you know, on my own Etsy account. But my husband said, order those things. Because he keeps feeling guilty. But anyways. So they were gifts from him. But we're adults. We just order our own stuff, right? To make sure, you know what? And they're really smart. They don't ever buy me decks. They only get me the ones that they know I want. So this is a really cool one. I do have a walkthrough coming of this one as well. And it's hard hitting. Some of these are really hard hitting. Okay, so there's that one. This one I've got a walkthrough coming of also. I just recorded that a day or 2 ago. This is like 4 decks in one. And I don't have the book here with me. I did order a book separately. It comes with a PDF version of the book. But this is essentially a Lenormand. The first 40 cards are Lenormand. And then there's situation cards. There's like other extra stuff. Extra characters and stuff like that. You'll see with the walkthrough. There's astrological cards. There's timing cards, past, present, future. There's higher vibration things in here. It's 154 cards. Super friggin' cool. And I have another one coming from the same creator, but it hasn't arrived yet because it's coming from China. So it's taken much longer. So there's that. And then from my son, which I've got a walkthrough of this coming as well. It's a Star Trek, the original season or seasons deck. It is so friggin' cool. This is my Christmas present from my boy. He didn't even know that's what he got me. I just told him that's what he got me. He said, okay. I mean, we're all adults. There's no little kids here anymore. And they get what they want to. You know, they tell us or send us lists, or we just give them the money and they get it, or whatever. You know, that's just what we do at Christmas here. So there is a walkthrough of that one coming also. It's already been done. And then I had got this. It had been in the cart. My husband just ordered it. Same with this one. It had been in the cart. He just, before I had a chance to put it in save for later, because I had already gotten so many damn decks as it was, between that and what my daughter, which I haven't even showed you those yet. Holy cow. So these are super cool. I've already done a walkthrough of this one. I have not of this one yet. But I also got those towards the end of November. From my daughter, I've got a walkthrough of this one coming. I already did it. It's just a matter of, it's already uploaded and everything, edited everything. It's just a matter of when to release it, because I have so many to release. This is a, oh my gosh, a stunning deck. And I had been looking at this one for quite some time. It is so beautiful, and it looks so good with the Rooted Remembrance, which I just showed in my Thankful Tarot tag. Not my tag, but my video, my VR. Which I highly recommend watching if you haven't seen any of those hashtags. They're so good. I love being in the state of gratitude and thankfulness. It is a good place to be, but this is an excellent deck. So this was one from my daughter, and she really splurged on me this year also. So that one, the Spiral Oracle, the Soul Mirror Oracle. I had been wanting this one, so I also put this, sent this over to her, because she did order these. I didn't order these, she did. But this is a fabulous deck. I have not done a walkthrough of this one yet, but I will be. Although, there are walkthroughs already. So, we'll see. I might still do one. I probably will, just because I think it's so gorgeous. But, so there's that one. And then, this one. And it was the last copy that she could get me. It was the last one that was available. So she had to order it quickly. And I've already done a walkthrough of this as well. And I did it with the first edition. Like side by side. And my thoughts. And I like this one better. After, I mean, not at first I didn't, but you'll see. So there's a video coming of that side by side. I love the this book and the box much better than the other one also. So that's another one. And this is another one that I had been eyeing for quite some time. And I ended up cutting mine down. I also already made a video of this one and showed the before and after. I did a full walkthrough with the borders on it and without the edging, and then showed afterwards. So, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, stunning deck, modified already. And this was the last one. The Tarot della Nui. Those were the 5 decks that Bailey got me. My daughter, Bailey. This is so pretty. You know, I see a whole lot of people getting the Gothic Bohemian. And I don't know. I mean, I could have ordered it. I don't like that deck. I don't know what it is about it. I just think the artwork is just butt ugly. And so this one I thought was really pretty. I mean, it's not realistic, really, but I think it's gorgeous. So she got me that one. Now, I know you're like, there's more. There is more. This one I got from US Games to do reviews. Now, with US Games, I really do walkthroughs, and then I do my reviews because they require, like, written reviews. So I do, like, walkthroughs and give my impressions of them, but I don't do my reviews. I do my reviews for this. So this was another one. She sent it to me, and it really surprised the hell out of me because I'm not a big, huge Rider-Waite person. Not the original art and stuff. But this one surprised me at how much I really like this deck and how it really goes with a lot of decks that are easy to pair or not so easy to pair with. And because of it being black and white, you can like fill in the color by your other decks. It was surprising. So that was also something in November. I also, in November, I got the Sacred Threads Oracle by Dawn Michelle. And I think this deck is so good. Love the backs. The size is friggin' awesome. I mean, it fits so perfectly. It shuffles like a dream. The artwork and the words are so good. It's just a beautiful Oracle deck. So that's another thing that I got in November. And I had ordered it probably in October. But, you know, make playing cards and game crafters and stuff like that, it seems like it takes forever to get stuff from them. But I really think she did a fabulous job with this. And I wanted to support. And I want to get some of her other ones too. It's just a matter of, you know, having the money for it after spending all of the money that I have already. Going into the poorhouse with my purchases. Not really, but you know what I mean. So, also, I got, these are things that I got that Christine Rose L. I didn't even realize that she had written some books and did some decks and made some journals and all that. She sells several things on Amazon. So I got a few of her things. I love affirmations. I think affirmations are, for me, crucial. And if I'm going to do a card a day or anything like that, it's going to be something like this, affirmation decks. Or, yeah, I mean, essentially a card a day or, you know, okay. Permission. I purposely and mindfully give my attention to experiences that enrich my life. You know, I mean, this is so good. My gratitude towards others fills me with positivity and possibility. You know, these are things that sometimes we just need to remind ourselves of. So something like this, in order to keep you in a certain positive mind frame, can be crucial sometimes. So I find this extremely valuable. And she's got a cards deck. So I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of this as well. So I think it's just fabulous. I think she is fabulous. So there's different, in this particular positive thinking affirmation cards for women, she's got different categories. Believe in yourself, your calling, self-empathy, flourishing, boundaries, permission, flow, inner wisdom, relationships. These are like the categories and strengths. I had separated those from these. Let me get this out of the way really quick. These are the cards. And they're nice and big. So having it like an altar card or something that you sit on your desk during the day when you're, whatever it is that you're doing. Like by my desk where my computer is, because my computer is like my window to the outside world. So having a deck like this to remind me that I can look over at every day with a nice, beautiful, positive, outlook. That's beautiful. Now, I will say, these are extremely thin cards. However, and they're really big. However, you can shuffle it like this. Isn't that wild? Because they're so thin, and there's a lot of them in it. I can't remember how many cards are in this, but because I love to riffle, and you can riffle it that way. How excellent is that? So I got that because I really wanted to support her. She had purchased a couple of my decks, and she's shown them, and she is using them in her practice, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that kind of support. And so at the time, I didn't realize that she had her own stuff, and as soon as I seen what it was, I was like, oh yeah, I want to get that. So I got that. Daily affirmations for women. Change your state of mind with positive thinking. Love it. And the Happy Empath, a survival guide for highly sensitive people. Perfect. And it has 4 different things. I'll show you like in the beginning. So, the rainbow quiz, what color empath are you? The benefits and challenges of being an empath. Public transportation, the work zone, crowded public places, at home, social media. Self-care isn't just about your body. Exactly. It's about your mind also. And your spirituality. Everything. A bright future, changing this world for the better, one empath at a time. And then track your reactions. And the next level empath, a look at new age beliefs. Isn't that excellent? So, yeah, there's room for, okay, here's where you track your reactions. Wow, and she gives you quite a bit. And she talks about her resources, which is fabulous. All the different books and such. Even more. And an index of, about different things. Oh, even the clairs. Perfect. So I wanted to share that. And, I forgot. This I also got from my daughter. It was tucked away over there. This, maybe, because she got me 5. So I don't know. One of them I might have had in the cart myself. But I know this is one of them that came from my daughter. I've been looking at this one. It is so stinking cute that I wanted to have this. And it was so inexpensive too. I might do a walkthrough of that. We'll see. Just considering there's so many people that have done walkthroughs. But you never can tell. One last thing that I wanted to show. And she told me I didn't need to do it. But I'm only showing it briefly because I do want to also do a walkthrough of this as well. However, when I got it, it's not the way it was supposed to be. And that's my friend Chanel over at Spirited Stardust. So she's got a couple of decks that she's made that she's selling. This one came in this outrageously, and she had talked about it on her video, clownish box. She goes, I don't even understand how that happened. And sometimes that just happens when you're using like print on demand. I don't know what they did, but they sent me this deck, this clown box, right? So it's been fixed. She fixed it. That was crazy because that's not how they even sent her original copy. But I did edge mine in purple. There's a couple of cards that go with that talk about what's in each of the cards, which is fabulous. But 2 of my cards, and I'll be able to tell, well, maybe not. Oh, yeah. They're in the back. 2 of my cards, the printing, although you can still see it, they ran off the labels. So they were like printed incorrectly or something. But that has been fixed as well. And she's sending me a new copy. I told her it wasn't necessary because I can still see everything perfectly fine. And I'm probably going to end up making my own little bag for this anyways. But this is her awesome deck. When I get the other copy, I'll do a complete walkthrough for you guys. But it just amazes me, the level of creativity in our community. There are so many people that I want to get some of their decks as well from, like, make playing cards. People I didn't even know that had decks. I guess I've just been in a friggin' cave or under a rock or something. Who knows? But, so anyways, that was my November. Wowza. I got a lot of decks towards the end. Most of them are Christmas gifts, but I still got them in November, so I wanted to show them. You're going to be seeing walkthroughs of them as I have the ability to make them live for you guys to see. But I'm really proud about my decks that I got out myself. Oh, damn it, here's another deck that I got in November. These are so cool too. I got this at the beginning of November. Look at that chunky book. And it's full page. These are all about different women. Ah, this is excellent. And check this out. Oh. These are great for tuck boxes. I'll probably end up doing, look at that. Is that not fabulous? It's the perfect little size deck. Emily Dickinson, Elizabeth I, Ida B. Wells. Some of them I don't know who they are, but Frida Kahlo, Anne Sullivan. It's just a whole, Anne Boleyn. It's a whole deck of like notable women. Very friggin' cool. So, like I was saying, I'm just really proud of the decks that I got out. The amount of videos that I released in November and the amount of videos that I recorded in November. You guys don't even know. There's like 10 of them that are uploaded that I haven't even released yet. Gosh, I hate tuck boxes. Anyways, thank you for spending this time with me. That was my November. I am hoping that December is better. However, because the majority of the videos that I'm going to be making, other than like some reviews of the books, I have to make those still, and probably like a witchy box I'm going to end up getting in December. But other than that, the majority of all of my videos have already been recorded. I will show you really quick the other oracle that I have coming from my hubby. That was like the big one that I got, the Lace of Destiny. This also has like Lenormand in it and extra. But that's what this one looks like. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's got zodiac. It's got Esbits and Sabbats in here. And it's like medieval, which is super friggin' cool. And this is the book that I got. This is the book that I purchased separately on Amazon. And I'm going to be purchasing, or I just purchased a separate guidebook for this one. Now, there is also a PDF version, and a PDF version that comes with this. However, I prefer the actual physical book, guidebook for my stuff. So, oh my goodness. So thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope that you all have a wonderful December and wonderful holidays with your friends and family, and I am sending you love always.